It's all over social media. Celebrities, including Kim Kardashian, posting videos of getting full-body MRI scans, ones that can cost thousands of dollars out of pocket. It's renewed a debate about if these tests are actually worth it. Dr. Natalie Gentile from Direct Care Physicians of Pittsburgh is here to talk more about preventative health care. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And this is really interesting because it almost feels like the haves and the have-nots in a way, because not everybody can afford a $2,500 out-of-pocket MRI for no good reason other than to get some information about yourself.
The moment you get one of these, how often are you going to get them from now on?
Right. Is it going to be every year? Is it every 5 years?
Exactly.
So let's talk about these companies that are offering this. And you've done some research into them.
Yeah.
But this is really just for preventative or just to take a deeper dive into what's going on, right?
So I want to start with, of course, people want to know if something bad is going on in their body. That's
right.
Human nature. I think that that's a very normal question and response to have to this kind of story, right? I want that. I want to know what's going on. The bigger question that I always ask when it comes to these types of tests is, what are you going to do with the results, right? Because MRIs are highly sensitive tests, meaning that you're going to see a lot. And if you're going head to toe, you're really going to potentially see a lot. And what you could come up with are called false positives or incidental findings, things that might lead us down a rabbit hole that aren't actually clinically important, but then can lead to further expensive testing, invasive testing that can be, a problem for a patient.
And I also wonder, how do you, because our healthcare system can be so convoluted, if you're getting something outside of normal care and then you turn around and say, hey, I need to get another test, how do you get that cleared? Do you get your insurance company to pay for it? How can you verify the findings? It just leads to a lot of questions too.
Sure, and I think, one big question I had when I came across this happening is, who's following up on the results? So
right.
Somebody's gonna go pay for this out of pocket, get it done on their own, and then take it to their doctor and say, well, look at what I found here. And then you as a physician are thinking, okay, now what do I do with this? Is this actually important? Now you've got to dive in and figure out, does the patient have symptoms or past medical history? And it's almost a backwards way of practicing medicine.
So there was one celebrity, one account that I read online, that she actually found something that turned out to be cancerous. And it was, I think, pancreatic cancer. So we know how devastating that can be. When you hear stories of that, you think, oh gosh, is that going on in my body? And I could find out if I have the money to do it. It really brings up this question of, there are things that we just don't know yet about our bodies, and preventative care, how that comes into play.
I think this is where we need to put things in different buckets. When we talk about preventive care, we're talking about population level, kind of public health interventions, things that we as a society can be doing. When we talk about these instances where people are paying large amounts of money to get excessive testing done, certainly if we can find, one person's pancreatic cancer early, that's great to hear, but that's not a population level preventive care measure.
Right. And so, you brought up, how often would you then get these tests done? Does it make sense for certain groups of people to have something like this done? Firefighters, for instance, who are exposed to carcinogens a lot, or other kinds of, industries where you might be exposed to things that you're not going to catch right away.
So we already have certain screening tests available in our country, for example, for lung cancer, certain exposures, smoking histories, where people qualify for these types of screening tests even without symptoms. That's a great thing to have, right? And that's where we come up with these population-wide public health screening measures. I'm not sure we're at a point right now where everybody should be getting regular full-body MRIs every year to 2 years, right? It's not realistic, and we are already a heavily overburdened healthcare system that's understaffed and overworked.
Right.
I don't see how we could handle the influx of something like this.
And do you see this as maybe something that could be in place in the future?
I think the sky's the limit when it comes to future healthcare things that we could have available.
Right.
But do I think this is something that's going to be, the average patient that comes into my office having access to? I don't see when that's going to happen in any time in the near future.
And I've never had an MRI, but is there any risk to your body in getting something like that done?
So it's not the risk of the actual imaging tests. It's not a radiation test. There's a lot of time, obviously money. My thought is what's happening down the line. To me, that's a risk, right? So the things that you're going to potentially find and intervene on, there's the risk of those being invasive or leading you down a place that's not going to eventually help you.
It's really interesting. I mean, it's interesting to see it come up, and I think that when we see these things, it's kind of like the first, I know, different, but the first big screen TVs, I mean, they were very unattainable, but then you see them, eventually it becomes something that everybody can afford. And you wonder, is this going to be a 5-year check that you get? I don't know.
Sure, and I don't think that's a horrible thing, but I don't think we're there yet.
But we're not there yet. Thank you so much, Dr. Gentile. It's
Thank you.
really interesting. And for more information on Direct Care Physicians of Pittsburgh and Rebel Wellness, you can head to our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.